Now our first story. Lung cancer, according to the World Health Organization, accounted for about 1.37 million deaths globally in 2008 and represents one of the leading causes of death. Yet scrap dealers at Agbogbloshie in Accra risk their lives daily, scavenging and working with dangerous scrap metals. FOOTBRIDGE reports children as young as 15 are also exposed to the hazards.
15-year-old Felix Opon is a scrap dealer here at Agbogbloshie, a suburb of Accra. Every day, Felix joins 3 other senior colleagues to scavenge for metal scraps to make ends meet. He dreamt of becoming an engineer, but the inability of his parents to pay his school fees forced him to drop out of school.
My parents know me that I am doing it. Every day I am calling them, so they know that I'll be all right.
Yeah, how old are you?
15 years.
15 years?
Yeah.
Okay, you completed JSS?
Yeah?
Have you completed JSS?
No.
So, like, you schooled up to which point?
Yeah.
Like, you went to school?
Yeah, I went to school.
So, what class did you get before?
Class 6.
Class 6?
Yeah, before I came here.
Before you came here?
Yeah.
Why did you stop schooling?
Yeah, because of money, that is why.
For the past 2 years, Felix has been working at this yard at Agbogbloshie 6 days a week for a paltry of 20 Ghana cedis daily. His daily routine includes retrieving aluminium and copper wires from metal scraps, a task his young muscles cannot contain. So he resorts to painkillers for energy to start all over again the next day.
I am buying body spin so I can feel go. If I buy, then I chop, then I drink the medicine.
What medicine do you take?
I am taking like ACCRA-TEMA or amoxicillin. That's medicine that I'm taking.
So do you take the medicine every day?
No, I am not taking it every day. Some days I can feel here where I don't work. That is why. So if my body is paining me, then I drink the medicine. That's why.
Other young men I met in the scrapyard who were within Felix's age group shared similar experiences.
Smoking. Or coming in, fear me, wet match, because I'm saying me DBBR, and smoking all year, sir. Sometimes we go to Quagina and I buy
this work is very hard. You can be working sometimes. Something will fall about your head or some place and wound you. So you don't know how you will do unless you are treating yourself.
The fatigue aside, there are health risks associated with the scrap business. Scrap dealers like Felix and his colleagues are exposed to toxic chemicals from the cables they burn, as well as the copper and aluminium wires they work with. Although body pains are the only symptoms Felix and his friends can point to, the more complicated issues of respiratory infection will surely catch up with them in time if they continue in this business. FOOTBRIDGE, Joy News.
Well, not too long from that very area, residents of Choko have appealed for the construction of a footbridge over the CHEMU Lagoon to help facilitate movement from one part of the community to another. FOOTBRIDGE again report, residents now have to pay 20 pesos to walk over a wooden structure which in itself is weak and almost deteriorating. And this is posing a great danger to residents.
The shorelines of CHEMU Lagoon in Choko, filth, human excreta and plastic waste have choked up the lagoon. The lagoon, which runs through Sukura, Mamprobi and Choko to the sea, is now under siege as residents have turned the place into a refuse dump. The lagoon is now dead and can no longer support aquatic life. Here, mosquitoes and other insects breed freely, posing a great health to residents of the community. The scent from the lagoon is pungent and choking, yet not a deterrent to some ambitious food vendors who openly cook meals near the lagoon for sale to unsuspecting people. Residents who have built so close to the lagoon are worried about the stench and possible health implications.
People around this area, even they go to hospital, they don't even need to go for any lab before they just tell them that there is malaria, which means they know about our problem, but they don't do anything about it.
Another major challenge is the absence of a footbridge to link Choko to CHEMU. The two communities sited close to the lagoon. A temporary footbridge made with wooden planks is now the only link between the two communities. The individuals who constructed the footbridge are now forcing residents to pay 20 pesos to use the facility. Failure to do so means finding an alternative route to one's destination. They now want government to help.
It's very difficult to cross this very bridge when it rains. And moreover, when you are crossing without money, they don't allow you to cross the bridge. We want the government to come and do something about this for us.
Bridge, it's almost 7 years. Almost cancel, almost try projects in Yoma, but
oh, some can say, yeah, about to we are moving about Bayama. Yeah, say, I need to be not to so say, bless over far, over to a scan and son over who needs class, we are blue house over there. To move by me, a bunch of on by Chamaya, no, yeah, now I crumble high now, so baby.
But with plastic and other waste materials dumped in the CHEMU lagoon, the area is in a situation that could bring about an epidemic.
Having your homes overlooking the ocean would usually come with a great feel, a prestige reserved for just few who can afford. The picture is, however, radically different from Ghana's coastline, where most of our homes cost next to nothing. The beaches are so filthy and you wouldn't even want to own a home there. As Joy News Adelaide Arthur reports, you'd have to live with a constant threat of tide waves sweeping your homes away.
For several minutes, I watched in shock as the waves hit the foundations of several buildings along the shore. The sea has already claimed several of the buildings, from Glefe through New ACCRA-TEMA to Begbese.
This is New ACCRA-TEMA near Glefe, where residents here are facing the greatest challenge of their lives. Their buildings are being threatened by the sea. Several of the buildings have already been washed away. But though it's life-threatening, what is actually keeping these residents here is the means to afford a better place for themselves.
Madam Patience Vomatu has been living here with her family for the past 15 years.
From the beginning, this is not how the situation is. The sea was far away, some miles away, and even people have their buildings here, and we also got here. During those times, many people are here. You can see those are foundations there, broken foundations, many people. And even where the people are dragging these nets, they are all houses. The sand was so high that you climb the sand before getting to the sea. But now the sea have taken all those lands. It's by the grace of God that we are still here.
So basically you are saying you are protecting your building with these sand blocks?
Yes.
Yeah, so how long have these sand blocks been here?
It's almost 5 to 6 years now.
But
the sea used to come and remove it. We buy plenty sacks. The sea will come and remove all.
This is obviously life-threatening because you never know when you'll be indoors and then the sea will take over your building. And you live here with your family. Aren't you afraid? Aren't you scared?
We are scared. We are always scared. And we are preparing to get the land. Only things are not going well. That's why.
Last year, severe tidal waves destroyed at least 100 homes, according to the assemblyman of the area, Emmanuel Boyo.
It has been a major problem within the area because from June, July, August, that's where the tidal wave strikes. And whenever it strikes, that's why in the night, people used to get in touch of serious problem. And though nobody dies, but it seems the people used to be astray the artists will spoil mattress, TV, and then the houses, demolition and all those things. So we are also putting this in place to write report, and then so if the assembly will get some place for them to relocate them from the area.
Someone actually made the allegation that it is not the sea that is coming to the people, it's rather the people who went ahead to build closer to the sea, because there was a vast land, about 100 meters, that was supposed to be left between the sea and the immediate houses, but people actually went there to build houses close to the sea. Is it true? If you've been living there for quite some time now, is this allegation true?
It's true. Whenever they are even building and you go to them to stop building, and they will say, why are you stopping them? And they'll continue to be building. Some people even will be building in the night to get their home to sleep in. And it is one of the major problems that we are facing.
He says residents are also in the habit of winning sand along the shore, an act that enables the sea to come closer to the settlements. Until the interventions materialize, however, the residents will continue to live with a threat rather than prestige that would usually come with owning a beachfront property.
The Volta River Authority is expected to save over $500 million a year when the Ituabo gas processing plant starts supplying lean gas to the authority for electricity generation. This was disclosed by the CEO of the Ghana Gas Company, Dr. George Sipayanki, when members of the Standing Committee of the Western Regional House of Chiefs visited the Ituabo gas project site.
Members of the Traditional Council were there to acquaint themselves with the level of work. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gas Company told the chiefs the VRA currently spends $3 million a day using fuel to generate electricity. He said when the Ituabo gas processing plant comes on stream next year, the VRA would spend only $1.5 million a day using gas for power generation, saving $45 million a month and over $500 million a year. Work on the project is about 79% complete, and the gas processing plant would start receiving raw gas from the Jubilee oil fields for test run and eventual commissioning in April 2014. The president of the Western Regional House of Chiefs, Osajefo Dr. Kwamina Enimel, commended the management of the Ghana Gas Company for judicious use of resources for execution of the project. He noted that there had been tremendous improvement since the committee visited the project site last year and pledged the cooperation of the chiefs to ensure timely completion. The Ghana Gas project is expected to boost the economy of Western Region when completed.
Although there are plans to expand the ACCRA-TEMA motorway, it doesn't look like the project is going to take off anytime soon. Joy News has learned the Ghana Highway Authority is yet to choose a transaction advisor, typically the first of many steps to be taken before the actual project begins. Dokas and Commerce report.
The expansion of the ACCRA-TEMA motorway is to be funded through a public-private partnership. According to the Chief Executive of the Ghana Highway Authority, taxpayers' money would not be enough to fund the project, hence the decision.
Currently, we have received many unsolicited proposals, and it is our intention to engage a transaction advisor to advise us on the various bids we have received as to which one is most favorable for us to move on to carry out the expansion. It's the first time we are moving into it in the road sector, so we need people who have done it elsewhere. That's why we are bringing in the people we are calling consultants, we are calling transaction advisors.
The authority is receiving support from the World Bank in the selection of a transaction advisor. The firm, which is picked to work on this project, would have to provide funding, after which it would be given a period of time to collect tolls on the route to cover the cost.
The organizations will come in, develop the motorway, and toll they will be given for about, say, 30 years for them to recoup their investment plus profit. And then at the end, they hand over the motorway back to us in a certain state we shall specify in our agreement with them. But now, because it's a very complex arrangement, there's a financial issue. We have to look at their financial models. What tools are we going to charge such that in 30 years they will be able to recoup their money? And we shall also have our road.
The Highway Authority said the new motorway will see some changes in design and look. Some additions will include disability-friendly footbridges and an interchange. There are also plans to fence off illegal access routes on the motorway, as well as protect street lights on the stretch. The authority is hoping to complete all the necessary arrangements for work to begin soon, but will not state exactly when the project will take off.
Well, most of us have always been under the impression mosquitoes only bite at night. Well, that might be true depending on which town or village in Ghana you come from. Sarah Mabla de Souza had an encounter with mosquitoes at BOMIGO and shares her experience.
BOMIGO is an island close to Angloga in the Kata district of the Volta region. It is about 50 kilometers from Kata. From the village of Tunu, I connected to BOMIGO on a canoe. I was excited because this is my first visit to an island.
You haven't given me a place to sit, you're giving me life jacket. This one is very important. If you give me this, you're trying to tell me there is a security risk. Hey, senior. Unfortunately, this boat, I think right outside this, I have to go for a swimming course. Yes. So that at least next time I can fit better in a life jacket.
I was looking forward to many things, but not this.
So you people, you want bridge, eh? The water, the stench, and everything. Not nice. Hey, Mr. Young.
Madam.
Okay. So calm,
However, the peacefulness of the environment is reminiscent to the ultimate resting place of man, the cemetery. No bird chirped, no dog barked, and livestock moving about was hardly seen. Before boarding the canoe to BOMIGO, clothes must be adjusted, but the tendency of leaving it like that is high. No matter your sex or status in society, you cannot escape the BOMIGO mosquito bite. I had my welcome to BOMIGO before seeing my first building on the land.
Oh. Come on, tonton. See. Ah. I want to chew my beautiful legs.
This is the best way to ward off mosquitoes on this island. These mosquitoes will not even allow me conduct a decent interview. I had to employ my colleague Ivy to freely hit my legs with leaves, something I will not allow on a good day. The mosquitoes have not had enough of me. Even on my second visit, I had my fair share of the bites. This man came to my rescue. Indigents claim the mosquitoes are friendly. Well, you've seen my experience. In my opinion, this community needs fumigation.
Hopefully when my community returns here in 3 months' time, the situation would have changed a bit. If not the road, okay, mosquitoes. Yes, that the situation would have changed a bit, yes. That's what we hope for. Oh. Yeah.
Your favorite local drink like Mash King K, We'll bring that story later, but traders in Kamawu, Domasi in the Ashanti region have taken over the main street dropping bricks business. According to these traders, they lack adequate space for their trading activities. The traders say the bigger market would improve trading activities.
This open space is not meant for marketing of goods and delivering of services. It is the roundabout and the main street into Bodomasi town. Unfortunately, it has become a market center for traders here and those from other surrounding communities due to the small size of the market. Traders travel from Kumasi to conduct business every Friday. Farm produce are also transported here for sale. Though traders and drivers are extra vigilant here, they fear occurrence of accidents because drivers and traders compete for space. Ujumafo, the taxi station master, says a bigger market would help solve the situation. Some market women also spoke to Joy News.
Most now time I tried no time so I am from most now in motor and many books and man 20 years a bit share or more content more inside of a metronome and in your manaka crabba. Say Embo Moninti and Quay.
Well, it's breakfast time for many people. Well, let's see whether this could be your favorite. And it feels like, mashed kinky. Burkina and Lamon may be very delicious, but have you wondered for a moment the conditions under which these drinks were prepared before they got to your area or to your market? In the following report, Foswa Jemfi takes a look at the health implications of uncertified local drinks or, let's say, mixed up concoctions of some smoothies and how the public can be prevented from eating just anything.
From streets to streets, traffic to traffic, you would find many young women and men selling favorite Ghanaian local drinks including Burkina, iced kinky, ginger drink and asana. Usually in small basins filled with ice blocks, hawkers walk through the various traffic intersections to hawk their wares.
Pacho me kenke no me blend me koto da kono no na mabubu na me dinkati afra na ma blend wo machines ehwe de na ma koto bottles na me amahihye na sa no no mo se bottles no yes sawa form and to see an almost short bottles na maye amaye koto fatum na ye de to kwa ya na wa wudu wa koto bottles no fatum now there.
The modern Ghanaian accept to see these drinks in a packaged bottle for sale under the hot scorching sun. And trust me, these drinks come as a welcome relief to patrons, mainly to quench their thirst as they commute in vehicles or on foot from one part of the city to the other. But as much as these persons are trying to make a living off the streets of Accra, the critical question perhaps many would have to ask before patronizing such drinks is how safe they are. I chanced upon this ice kinky bottled, prepared and sealed nicely. The ingredient for the preparation of this delicacy is boldly displayed here. It includes ice kinky, sugar, water, cocoa powder and milk. To the ordinary consumer, the packaging of this product is enough for patronage, but a critical look on the labeling and the packaging reveals the absence of the Food and Drugs Board certification. And for the actual preparation of the products, none can tell, but its sweetness and yummy taste can hardly be overlooked.
Well, so that's the news. We have it. Now, our top headlines for the morning. And Akusha, would you start?
VRA is expected to save over $500 million a year when the Aswabu gas processing plant starts supplying lean gas.
And they are very young people who engage in the collection of scrap metals, but they are indeed in deep danger. And we've been taking a look at that very story as we visited Abubushi and some of those areas where these young people deal with scrap metals.
Up next is sports brought to you by Tiga. Stay on.